I'm Quinton Baker, and I'm the director of Trans Happiness is Real. Trans Happiness is Real is an observational documentary that follows a movement in Oxford documenting the anti-trans sentiments that are being posted in the streets and responding with DIY grassroots activism.
The origins of the transphobic ones, they're a lot more gruesome. I hate these ones, especially, because they use our flags and you kind of, at first, think that it's going to be like a positive sticker and it's going to be someone supporting the community, and it's not, and you kind of have to speak TERF quite clearly to get that they're coded attacks against trans women.
Trans Happiness is Real is run by a multitude of people, but Luca, the protagonist we follow in the film, is the spokesperson for it for anonymity reasons, and also because he felt the person best suited to tell the story as he'd been there from the very beginning.
People might be like, oh, it's just one sticker that you saw on your way to work in the morning, like, why is it that deep? And sure, if it was just one, it'd be annoying. I'd be like, wow, someone bothered to print out the fact that they hate me and then stick that on the street. That's rude. But the fact that they've been doing that multiple times a day, every day, for nearly a year, like, the weight of emotion behind that is really harmful.
We had thought about trying to find the antagonists who were putting up the anti-trans sentiments that were also happening in Oxford. And in the end, we realised that we would kind of end up playing into their hands a bit by giving them a platform where they may be able to speak out of turn against trans people, which kind of wasn't the point of the documentary. It was more to highlight the amazing activism that was going on.
It feels like a very negative thing to just take them down and then go on your way, whereas like putting pro-trans stickers back up is a lot more positive, and like you're putting more energy back out there to get rid of the TERF energy. It's not just taking down and like trying to make the street clean, it's like trying to make it pro-trans, like we're here, you're not getting rid of us.
Something we asked them is, although we want to make the documentary about you guys, we want you guys to lead how the documentary is presented and how you want your movement to be presented. And I think something we really wanted to shy away from was portraying the angry activist trans stereotype, and just show them as people as well, and show how, yeah, they can be angry, and yeah, what they're seeing is incredibly hurtful, but they're able to rebuff it, and they're able to come back with something amazing and not let it bog them down. And I think it really feeds into the fact that the film is called Trans Happiness is Real and the movement is called Trans Happiness is Real, because generally, if you saw transphobic hate in the street and you were trans, it would really get you down. And the fact that they have not only taken down the hate, but put up something positive to show that, no, our lives are not tragedies and we will not let you make us a tragedy, is really kind of the crux of the film and kind of what Luca wanted from the film and the others. I want general audiences to be educated more on the issues of transphobia and how it can often go under the radar of what is actually considered transphobia. And hopefully it will open the eyes of a lot of allies and they'll be able to stand up for their trans friends and family members, and yeah, kind of just give a more general view of not only what is transphobic, but how it affects someone. Because I think something that really comes across brilliantly in the film is how Luke is affected personally by it, and how a lot of people who are in the movement are not just doing this out and kind of broadcasting this angry activist stereotype. They're also deeply affected as trans people. And I think getting that human emotion across is really important in opening the audience's eyes.
Knowing that there's a bunch of kids out there who are struggling with being young and queer in the same ways that we did, but we can help them. Like, you can't stop. I don't know how it would have changed my life if I had seen graffiti at age 12 saying that trans happiness is real.
It means a lot to be part of 5 Films for Freedom this year, to get such an important topic out to so many countries, and for them to be able to see what being trans in Britain is like. It might help them to reflect on what being trans in their own country is like.